And welcome back to So Very Kristi, Beauticians and Musicians. We are excited to be here. We have Terri Rivera with us today. And
hi, girls.
She's going to tell us a lot of great info about bringing awareness about human trafficking and what we can do to help that situation. And we got Jen Johnson over here too.
I know.
Right?
And, you know, when you said beauticians and musicians, I'm like, well, I'm not a beautician. And I'm certainly not a musician. So even if
just
you're
me today, I'm
right. So even if you're not a beautician or a musician, you can still tune in because we're going to have some fun.
And I just feel like, you know, I like to talk about issues that are important to people and important in our time right now today. And also, beauticians to me is anyone who makes you feel beautiful. It could be someone that teaches yoga. It could be anything. So I'm making up my own definition. I don't even know if that works. But
hey,
it
works for me.
And
it works for
I'm
me.
I'm a beautician and a musician.
Yeah, well, I like that because that does. It works. So
it works.
Anybody who is making a positive impact in the world, you are beautifying the world.
And those
so you're a beautician.
Yeah, and I'm a beautician, and that's like old school vintage. You know, my grandma was a beautician for real, and it was beautician back then. That's what people said. So
yeah, I know. I remember my grandmother. Did y'all have moms or grandmothers that had the beehive, the bouffant?
Yeah.
My grandmother would go get her bouffant done. She's like, don't touch the bouffant. Don't touch the bouffant.
Well, what I remember doing is when I went to visit my grandmother, she had all these lacy comb out capes. They only came to here, and they were lacy. Pink and blue and yellow, and I put them all over my whole body and just run around the salon because I was really into Wonder Woman, and I just felt so powerful in those capes.
That's where it comes from, because I think you still are Wonder Woman.
I am Wonder Woman, and I got my Wonder Woman bracelet updated version on
today.
Did she
go like?
I think she went like this.
Did
she go like this?
Okay,
or like this?
Listen, any Wonder Woman fans out there? Is that what she did?
I think so. But she was cool. That's all I know. And
Linda Carter.
I wanted to be her.
Linda Carter.
And I wanted to be bewitched. I know that's off the topic, but I wanted to be able to wiggle my nose and be places.
Well, this is what we need to say is, okay, when you were growing up and you were watching all those fun shows, who did you want to be?
That's
okay?
right. Let us know.
Because I think I did want to be bewitched more.
And I Dream of Jeannie was also a fave.
Yeah.
She was
I
so
wanted
cool.
to be Ginger on Gilligan's Island.
I knew it.
There you go.
I could so see that with you, Terri. That's so funny.
She was so cute.
I loved Lucille Ball too on I Love Lucy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I loved it. I would be Lucy, but I never wanted to be Ethel. You know what I mean?
No, I didn't either. Actually, I didn't want to be a Lucy, but I liked her.
Lucy was married to Ricky, and Ricky was hot.
Well,
you know, he's like, Lucy, Lucy.
We're
crazy. She was always getting in trouble.
I know.
We like to have fun. And that's back also when, what's his name, was good looking, and then something happened.
What? Who?
Yeah, who?
Larry Hagman.
Oh, yeah, Larry was.
He was good looking. He was so cute on that show. Okay, I don't even know how we got off on this topic.
I don't know.
But
we're talking about beauticians. And I'm going to see what everybody's saying about
in the
this
moment.
conversation.
In the moment. Yeah. But I also, I've got some pictures of the salon because Kim Brown was on it. I think it was October. And Kim, I'm sorry it took me so long to get the stuff on the wall. There she is.
It just takes
Deal
time.
Diva. She is a Deal Diva. And I need her to help me with my wardrobe. I was going to text her this morning, but I need some new stuff.
I do too. And that's when I do like that text idea. We won't.
Did you like that?
It.
Yeah.
We're
going to be texting you today, Kim.
Yeah, we have an idea.
We do.
We have an idea.
And so Kim, she helps with clothing. She helps stage homes. And she also helps you redecorate your home on a budget.
Yes.
I mean, she is a real stickler. Amazing. Like she finds some great things, and everybody's like, "Where did she find all this stuff?" I'm like, "I'm telling you, She's amazing. And so I finally got my bulbs in the salon. I'm not the best photographer, but here's a few photos
Before and
afters of the salon. So just in case, because I've showed some people, they're like, what's different? I'm like, well, hello, we got green. Everything's green and brown because, I was trying to do matchy, like it's a habit. But then she brings in the blues and the golds and changes the painting and the chair.
I love that. I love.
And then the mirror.
I love the picture.
I love the picture. Like if you can see it up close, which you can't. It
because
looks
you
like
didn't
water,
take the picture that way.
I didn't do a very good job, but I'm gonna get better because my sister got me a really good camera. Awesome. And then we got a couple more photos of different angles. So we changed my station.
I love the new chair and the blue pillow.
The new chair, and then the mirror is actually on the wall. I'm sorry, Kim, I couldn't make it over there yesterday.
I love the mirror in the new chest.
And then I did get some new shelves that shows in some photos, but it's so much better.
Good.
And the new lights show one more
paint.
picture. I think I got one.
And you get to paint.
Oh
don't
my
you?
gosh.
No.
Okay. I've been a little under the weather. I thought I sent the other one.
Oh well.
I'm going to put the photos in the comments because y'all got to see these other pictures because
They're
really good.
amazing.
I'm going to take better ones today.
Okay.
So anyway, it's amazing. And in person, it looks even better because you can really see all
So
the
they need to come
differences.
see you in person.
You need to come see me.
Yes.
And just, you can hang out or have a consult or do some makeup.
Listen, at the very end of the show,
Yeah.
you got to tell everybody about your VIP Kristi
Yes.
Club.
So I've got some things launching first of the year, and I'm really excited about it.
I know. I'm really excited about it too.
I'm like so excited. And before we do that, though, we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring Terri Rivera on to talk about what she is so passionate about.
Yes.
So Terri, tell us how you got going with this. How did you get started with the human trafficking?
The human trafficking. Well, I've been a volunteer for a long time, most of my adult life, and I was speaking to a lady who I wanted to be a mentor for me, and she started saying that she worked for a group called New Friends, New Life, and she was in the circle of friends where she helped with women coming out of trafficking, like group work, restoration. And I said, well, what's sex trafficking? What's human trafficking? And she started telling me, and I just about threw up.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that it's here in Dallas-Fort Worth area is bad enough, but the other fact that there's 400 teenagers under the age of 18 on any given night being trafficked through this area really made me sick. Mm-hmm. And I just said, I've got to do something. And I felt like God was calling me at that point. I was in the right time at the right space and place. And I just started doing a lot of research. I started a networking group and event that I was holding every 6 weeks. And that was thanks to Jen's, because we did a really cool brainstorming, and she came up with the ideas because I'm so social and I love people. I do.
She is so social.
Terry's always wanting to go, go, go.
I know.
I am.
And you
I'm
do.
Energizer Bunny.
But
She
you
does.
do. I mean,
Yeah.
that's your heart. Your heart
It
is
is my
people and going and fun, and that's how people are attracted to you. So there's no, I mean, it's a given that your heart was pulled to this. But how long has it been? Because I think sometimes people think, oh gosh, they've been doing that forever and I don't know anything about it and blah, blah, blah. But it's been, I mean, within the last couple of years,
Yeah,
right?
2 years, within 2 years.
2 years.
I did my event for a full year. It was a year in, I believe, October. And so I connected with several human trafficking, sex trafficking nonprofits here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And I love them all. The women that are involved there and men have been just amazing people that have just touched my heart with their passions for this and their stories and their reasons. And that's why I really decided this was the right time and place to get involved and build the awareness, because that is the key. The more people that are aware, the more they'll care and share about it, and then it'll just keep growing as far as the fight on it and to stop it.
Right. But see, this is what you've got to tell people, Terri, is what I love that the events that you do, you usually have somebody that comes in and talks about the human trafficking issue and really start to not just make people more aware of it, but start to educate people of, I used to think before you started doing this, I mean, you have impacted my life, Kristi's life, everybody's lives. The life that you've impacted through this. But I used to think, okay, human trafficking is somebody's getting kidnapped and then, they're sold or whatever.
Right.
But then you started to bring people in to educate. It's a grooming process. So explain to everybody really how most human trafficking or how most human traffickers get their people.
Okay.
Because it's a grooming, and that just scared me.
It is a grooming.
But that it's also empowering because now you know what to look for, the signs.
Right. There's different ways for different groups of people, but I'm just going to pinpoint teenagers. The social media is the hugest place where they come in as far as a pimp or a trafficker comes in and sees kids on different social medias. And I go around and speak at different places and events, specifically to parents and teenagers, about the different apps that are on your phone. And I'm telling you, there's some really nasty ones on there and very dangerous. So the more as a parent that you check your child's phone and then you keep aware of what those apps can do and where the kids can go with those apps into some dangerous areas where the traffickers can just lure them in.
What are some of those apps, Terri? I mean, what are some of those apps?
Omegle is a big one. Omegl is a big one. Snapchat, and even a little bit on Instagram. That's just actually the initial luring. There's some other ones as well. I can't really remember the names off the top of my head of the ones that are specifically. Some are about creating rumors about other people. Some are hookups. So you know what, Jens? They're changing all the time. And that's what I'm trying to really keep on top of. My son is really good with social media and apps. And several kids like millennials, and I'm always asking them, hey, what's the latest one? What's out there? And how is it luring kids? Or
but it's like, you know what's crazy about Snapchat? and we're not
Not a big Snapchatter.
Well, we're not
you do
all
the fun stuff.
We're not all into all of the social media, but so over the holidays, over Thanksgiving, 2 of my kids were out in the middle of nowhere. They were literally traveling from here to San Saba. They got lost. Their navigation died. They got lost, and no map would work. But they went to Snapchat, and Snapchat knew exactly where they were.
There you go.
Yeah, it's
Right
the
there.
location.
It's
Turned
and,
on.
It's the locator,
and
yeah.
the thing that's so
And that's dangerous.
Well, yes. I mean, but what's so crazy is, the stories of how, all right, they meet somebody online
Right.
and they start this conversation, this relationship. They're talking back and forth, and the teenager, adolescent, whatever age they are, they think, oh my gosh, this is my new best friend.
Yeah.
This is my new boyfriend. This
They
is
say
my
the
new
perfect
girlfriend.
things to draw them in.
And then
you're beautiful.
It's
you could
not
be a model.
right. And so it's like 6 months, 8 months down the road. Now, okay, well, now let's meet up because we've been friends for 6 or 8 months, and these kids go meet up with them.
Right.
Didn't that
Because-
one lady say that she worked at a drive-through to try to get people coming through the drive-through, and she'd start talking to them
Yes,
and
that's
grooming
very
them there?
possible. And there's a lot of women that are bringing
female
girl-
can be
other
the one
girls
to
in.
lure them
A
in.
lot of them.
And they'll be called madams at times, different names for them. But
And they get
there's a lot of
promised
girls that
to
are
get
doing
out.
that. Ladies, it just depends on the age or whatever. But just as an example of this, there was a girl when she was a senior in high school that got lured in through the Omegle app, through her computer, first the phone, then the computer, with a guy that was in Kosovo. And she was 3 days from leaving to meet him, and that would have probably destroyed her life. And it was totally just constant talking, relationship building on that app. And then they started doing little chats, Zoom, stuff like that, Skype. And so they saw each other, and then that's been so easy for kids to just be drawn into that because it's somebody that's paying attention, that really acts like they care about them, that they love them. It's typically boyfriend-girlfriend kind of relationship. And it just grows, and it's very, very dangerous. And I will also say that pornography is one of the first places, and is very easy to get on the phone when kids don't even know they can find it just by messing around.
Right.
And it comes to them, and that is one of the biggest reasons that we have sex trafficking and a problem with prostitution as well as the pornography and the levels of needs.
Well, I remember being at one of your events, and when Chong was there, and she was speaking about her personal experience and how, here she is, had a hard upbringing, and like you said, people want to be loved. They want to be in a relationship where somebody cares about them. And she was telling stories, not just about her own experiences, but just telling stories about how people will be at a football game.
Right.
And here's somebody at a football game that starts talking to them. And again, it's not they're taking your child and they're running off.
No.
They start the
Right.
conversation, what's your phone number? And they start the relationship 6 months, 7 months, 8 months down the road. They are walking out of their house, getting into these people's cars because they think this person is their friend.
Right.
And so how important is it for us as parents, for us as people that love kids to be telling people, beware of this,
Yes.
beware of this.
Teach safety.
Yes. And you don't know. I mean, we always, I mean, not only, I mean, my kids are older, but still, it doesn't matter. Like, what are the age ranges? Because this freaks me out
Gosh.
too.
11, I'm going to say 11, and they have done even, they said 12 a couple years ago, 13. It keeps dropping, guys. That's
Right,
also keying on that, parents.
Right.
Watch your kids as soon as you're giving them a telephone or they're on the computer and on any kind of social engagement. Pay attention to it. Talk to the kids. Communicate. What are you doing? Who are you talking to today? Let's check it out. That kind of thing without threatening them or making them feel like they can't get things done. But yes, 11 all the way to adults. So, and then we have women in trafficking. And I've worked with a couple of nonprofits here in the area that work with women's restoration. Then I work with teens, work with a nonprofit that goes in and rescues them actually, and then helps them with restoration. And then another group is an amazing group, and I think they're going to partner with the women's group. So it'll be teens and women, and they're going to actually be doing more counseling programs to get them back in school, to get them jobs. And the job thing is a big deal too, because to stay out of something like that, you need an income, you need a place to live, and just your basic needs.
Right.
So people can donate things, and they can tell them, what can people do? Just
people can donate. Well, clothing is a big thing for all ages, women all the way down to children. Refuge City has a closet that they need a lot of things for boys. Okay, so it's girls and boys, and for every 3 teenagers, 2 are girls and 1 is a boy. So don't think it's all just girls. It's not. So they are asking for clothing for them, and then they work closely with programs that help them get into get their GEDs, then move on to college if possible, and also getting good jobs. So they're working with a lot of different groups and companies that are willing to do some outreach and training and that kind of thing to get them back into the workforce. In fact, most of my events are at the Coffee House Cafe, and it's right there in North Dallas, Frankfort, and Preston. And the lady that owns that was a homeless teenager. She has a big heart and advocacy for helping teenagers and young people to get jobs. She hires them, and I believe she's working on expanding her coffee house operation and bringing in a lot more jobs.
That's so
and
awesome.
She's amazing.
You
So,
know,
yeah.
see, this is what I think is so great too, is that people are talking about it more, that we're talking about it, that Matthew McConaughey is talking about it,
Right.
about
Yes.
our
Yes.
you know, our politicians, our business owners, that people are
Attorney
talking
General
about it
and his
because
wife.
now, you know, as we're just living our everyday lives, you can look, I mean, be on the lookout, be aware of your surroundings, not just for your own safety, but you know they're doing that training now for flight attendants, and there
Right.
have been
They've
flight
been doing that for a while.
attendants
Yep.
that have found victims
They've
On the
stopped
plane.
it.
and they've stopped it because
it's
they they
amazing.
sense it. You know,
Something's not right.
We all have that
Intuition.
that intuition, whatever you
Trust
want to
your
call,
gut.
yeah, whatever you want to call it. And where we're told, hold on a second, something doesn't look right, it doesn't feel right, something's not going on, you know, it's not kosher what's going on here. And you got to go on that. And I love it that you can go at the airport, especially. You go in to use the restroom, it says, if you are a victim of human trafficking, call this number. Of course, some of them, most of them, I wouldn't think had phones, but
Right.
but they, you know, we have to be aware of starting conversations, looking for that,
Yes.
and educating. I mean, educate. You've really been instrumental in in my education, because once
And I'm still
Terri
learning.
started, once Terri started it,
I love learning
and my
about it.
kids, my kids were bugging me saying,
Right.
"Mom,
yes.
they're
Remember that day?
Yes,
You said that. Yeah.
It's so. Well, first of all, I think it's amazing. I'm a cause-based person. I don't, you are too, and so are
Yes.
you. I mean, we know we're sent to this earth to make a difference, and you really go with what
Amen.
what your heart says to go to. But I love it that my kids were saying, "Mom, this is disgusting. It's
Yeah.
going on, and you need to do something about it." I'm like,
Right.
what? Then we started to talk
Right.
about it, and you've been so instrumental in your growth and development, learning about it, and then you share it with everybody else.
Right.
I mean,
talk about it a lot.
golly.
It's huge.
Well, the events. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what your events are surrounded by. Really, what can we do to increase awareness, increase education, increase not just funding, because I know
Right.
you do that also. I mean, you raise funds, you try to help get people connected. I mean, it's amazing, Terri.
Yeah.
It's so amazing.
And
Thank you. I
Chong,
appreciate that.
she made such an impact on me when she said that she would even go into, when she was a victim of this, she would go into bathrooms and talk to girls,
Right.
and lure them that way, and then
Yes.
worked at a drive-through and lure. So it's women, because
very
women
easy.
want to trust women easier than they would men.
Exactly.
And so
Right.
that's all. That I was just like, whoa, that's scary, really scary.
And then when Matthew McConaughey did that PSA a couple
And we
of months
have a
ago
clip of that.
with
Yeah.
Ken
Oh, yeah,
Paxton.
uh-huh.
And then I found out Angela, Ken Paxton's wife, and she was also running for some kind of governmental, I think state rep, I'm not sure. But they're both very involved in this, and they're the ones that talked to Matthew about it. He wasn't, just like me, he was not aware of the level. Everybody, I should not say everybody, most people have heard of trafficking,
right,
but not the level of human/sex trafficking and the impact that it has in Texas. I
Right.
think that shocked him, because he's a native Texan.
Right.
Hook 'em horns. Woo!
Right.
And he loves Texas. So to hear that, I probably broke his heart like it broke mine. So
Oh.
he wanted to do this. And
So we have a short
very
video
short,
on that.
but very impactful.
When you hear the words human trafficking, you probably think that it's something that only happens to people in other countries. But the victims of sex and labor trafficking can and do come from anywhere, including right here in Texas. Texans, men, women, boys, and girls, are forced into a horrifying form of modern-day slavery every day.
Right now in Texas, there are more than 300,000 human trafficking victims and 79,000 minors and youth victims of sex trafficking. The Office of the Attorney General tracks down and prosecutes those responsible for this atrocious crime. But we can't fight this alone. Texas needs your help.
So let's put all the eyes of Texas on the fight against human trafficking. You can help by recognizing the red flags and reporting suspicious activity to the National Human Trafficking Hotline.
You have the power to save lives and put traffickers behind bars.
Someone's life is in your hands. Be the one to end human trafficking right here in the great state of Texas.
Well, that's
Wow.
what
Wow.
I know.
That still gives me chills.
I
Me
know.
too.
It
I
does.
was thinking
It
the
gives-
same thing.
It gives me chills
in a bad
too.
way.
Because he,
Yeah.
And he, I think, I don't know what he's doing as far as advocacy, because he's got his own nonprofit organization. He works with kids too, which is
Right.
amazingly beautiful. But it's the fact that you get the word out there with influential people is going to help. Just
Oh,
so
absolutely.
much, because we need to save these kids, these
Right.
girls, these boys. It's ridiculous.
Well,
So-
and we all can do something.
Yes.
You know, that's the thing is I just think about, it was amazing last night. I went over to a friend's house, and there was, y'all know Nick V, who's the
Yeah.
motivational speaker,
Yeah.
no arms, no legs, incredible person. He was there, and we were talking to him and some other people, and the people just don't believe that they can make a difference and an impact. And if each and every one of us did something every day to help a cause that is near and dear to your heart, instead of worried about what you're going to wear or what your hair looks like, or worried about, a show that you're going to watch or not watch, or worry about what somebody else is saying about you, or worried about what you're going to say about somebody else, if you would take that energy and that time and just do something productive to make this world a better place,
yes,
we could stop all of this.
And that's my heart, and what I talk about is every heart has a story that needs to be listened to and valued and honored. And with people's passions and giving back, that's the best antidepressant out there. When you're in a certain place, if you help somebody else, it pulls you out of it most of the time. And you turn into this person that is, like Jen said, a light that brightens up. And then that shines out and gives people just energy, motivation, and just excitement to do something to help others.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's a psychology thing. It's really,
when you focus out, you're not so overly focused inward.
Your intern goes out, and then you're helping others, and your life just changed. That's the beauty of helping others.
Oh, absolutely. And then when you do that, you realize you have a pretty good life.
That's right.
All
right.
these
Gratitude.
things, exactly. Your gratitude increases. All these things that you were freaking out and worried about, you're like, oh, hold on a second. I've really got a great life.
What am I whining about, right?
Yeah,
right.
that's right.
Seriously. But it breaks my heart to know what's going on. And I just think it's so important that parents and that people realize, and we have to have these conversations with these adolescents.
Absolutely.
It's like we've got to, we have to let our adolescents know, listen, if you don't know someone personally and they start to talk to you and you don't know their friends personally, and I don't know their parents personally, you don't need to be talking to them. That's just all there is. That's all there is to it. We've got to, I remember when I was growing up, my parents kind of scared me a little bit, where they would say, don't talk to strangers, don't talk to strangers.
It was more simple
danger.
than.
And obviously we know that your family can hurt you and the people that know you can hurt you. So it's not like it's foolproof, but for this specific cause, you really have to speak to your children and explain to them what these human traffickers are using the apps and the internet to do, so they're aware of it. They've got to be aware of it. So it can't just be us talking about it.
Right.
We've got to talk to the kids,
Yes,
which
and
is
keeping
something
on
you
top of
do,
it.
right?
Yes,
you do that.
I do. I talk to kids, and I am really, I would love to have somebody that would just say, Terri, I will call you every week and just give you an update on the apps that are going on, that are out there, that what's changed and whatever. And we can go to our phones and we can go update our apps, but no, there's new apps that come out that kids pick up very quickly which ones they can get on and do stuff with. And we're all human. We're drawn into the stuff that's kind of crazy sometimes.
Right. Okay.
So
that's
the piece.
What can people that are out there watching right now, I'm always about, let's take a next step into action. So what are some of the things that people can do to get into action to help make this cause decrease?
Okay, one thing is you can become more aware. You can come to one of my events, or you can hold your own event. I did a little preliminary facilitation at a Capel library with just kids and their parents, and they said, we're going to take this and we're going to make our own thing in our neighborhood.
It's a
so
great
find
idea.
out about your first responders, find out where they are, go talk to them, because they're a big part of this. They're the ones that end up usually rescuing teens and kids and women out of it, and bring them to facilities and programs in which they can get restored and back to healthy living. But they're the ones, they're the key.
Okay.
Please.
So I love that idea. So if you are involved, you've got a neighborhood association, or you've got even if your child plays a sport and you're on a booster club somewhere,
Yes, that's good too.
If they get the people together, you can contact Terri, and Terri will come and speak, and she'll even bring people with her that are survivors that can share more information. Which, wouldn't it be awesome just from this show and we're going to all share it. So who's ever watching right now, share it. Even if you don't typically share. And what I would say in the challenge is, let's get each person to facilitate a group that you can come speak at.
Right.
I mean, there's 52 weeks in a year. I guarantee you we could get 52 events.
Yes.
And then that's how it grows.
And we're trying to get in the school system. There have been some programs that have been taught in the schools, but it's kind of small right now. We need to grow that big time. And I help and I volunteer for Traffic 911, and they're big on going in with a program called TRAPS into the school and teaching kids there exactly what's going on, the awareness, teaching them. And it's even like looking at the child next to you in the lunch line or whatever that just looks off. What's wrong, you know? And I'm not saying that person's going to shoot kids, but it's being aware of a child or a teenager's affect, like what, how they're acting that day, what they're dressed like. Are they depressed? Are they looking down a lot? You know, those types of things.
Okay, so that makes me ask you, I'm going to ask you a question then. So on these that are being trafficked, are they taken out of the home? Are you saying some of them are still in the home and they're still being trafficked?
Yes,
they're
still
being groomed.
Yeah, they're both. Okay, they're saying now that there's one, let's say, girl, teenager in every high school that is being trafficked. And no kids know about it, no friends.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes the family does know, because sometimes the family's part of that. Now that's a different level, but often it's creeping into our backyard,
so
guys. And I really want to work with the girl that she went to the same high school as my kids did, the senior that almost got lured into going to Kosovo. Yeah. So in that Plano West High School, that's a great school. I mean, it's not just in areas, low socio-income areas or whatever. You think that maybe, but it's creeping in here. And I'm hoping and praying that our schools will just be good with teaching awareness.
Oh yeah, okay.
We're not trying to freak people out.
All right. Well, now, okay. I just saw Sherilyn is watching, and I love me some Sherilyn. She's amazing.
Sherilyn.
But Sherilyn, you are very connected into the world, the Greek world, in the colleges and universities.
Yes.
I mean, this is something to me. Every sorority needs to have somebody come in and speak about this.
Yes.
Because let me tell you, y'all are having fun at college and that's what we want you to do. But at the same time, you got to be safe and you've got to know about this information.
And there's a group, girls, and they have a Facebook page called Peddle the Pacific. And one of them is from here. I'm not sure about the other two. There were three of them that started this nonprofit for sex trafficking up in Oregon. I think they went to school in California, but they drove bikes down and collected, $600,000. I don't know, a ton for sex trafficking.
Wow.
Because these girls, they're at that perfect age where they're like, this is so wrong. I want to do something. My heart just breaks. I've got to do something. So that's one great thing they did. And they're doing other things, I'm sure, as well.
That's
and as
amazing.
they grow into adults, they'll probably even find more advocacy and how they can work even stronger for that. And I work with Alive at Last, and that is a women's restoration group. And she actually is teaching a program called Mending the Soul to really get to some deep issues. And it is Christian-based, and it's to help the women that are ready for that and are at that level to move to a next place where they can get jobs, go to work, go back to work, and feel totally restored and not want to go back into this. Because it is very, very difficult if they've had a life of abuse.
Because they've had the mental,
now that makes me want to ask you another question. I'm coming up with questions
for 2 hours, right?
that I just never have thought about before, though. So are you saying, because we all know you can't experience something like that and not be negatively impacted emotionally and mentally. Right. So are you saying that they have some that they get out and then they go, the victims go back in?
I remember Chong saying that.
Yeah, Chong,
because they're so confidence level and they're just brainwashed.
Well, part of it, when I learned this when I got my master's in counseling, is that when you're young and if you've been beat up with a lot of abuse, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, whatever it is, that becomes your normal.
Yeah, that's your norm.
And so to get out of that and to become healthy is not normal. And it's hard. It's hard work, and it takes a lot of daily effort, hourly effort, just to say, I want to be better. but you just you're
or to believe that you slip back in,
to believe that you're better, that you deserve better,
that
you didn't do it, it's not your fault, all of that stuff that any
Oh.
kind of abuse does. It's the same thing.
That's
Yeah.
right. Any kind, yes, it's
Yeah.
very similar
That's-
across the board in all kinds of abuse, whether it's sex trafficking or whatever.
That's why we've got, that's why you don't know what somebody's going through, number one.
Right.
You don't know where they've been, number two. And all you know is we've got to love on one another. I mean, stop the hating, stop the thinking about yourself. Just love on one another.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, it's so important. I really do believe that we can make a difference.
And love makes the world go round.
I do.
And
I
there's
believe love is the answer.
so many
Love is
people
the
want
answer.
to help, and I think you're going to see it even increase and get better and better and better. And like they said, the Western women are going to save the world because our
That's right.
hearts are moving to some very big issues to make a difference. And
Right.
we're doing it.
Right,
And I'm doing
exactly.
it.
Right, that's right. We're going
And
to
I'm
do
not
it together.
stopping.
And we got to educate people and
We've
get
gotta do it
people
together.
involved in their communities in a small way. That's how you do it. Just one
Yeah.
person at a time, one small group at a time, and
And
I'm
I love
so
you
glad
ladies
that you're doing
because
this.
you two have been instrumental in helping me as well. Because you talk to a lot of people, you have this awesome podcast, and you're growing your businesses. But first and foremost, the giving back always blesses you.
Oh, always,
in
always.
in ways of success that you may never even imagine, and I know you guys know that. And so doing the events and the nonprofit events that I'm bringing in 3 nonprofits, that's another way that people can help. They
Right.
come to something like that, they see the nonprofits and they say, oh, I might want to volunteer, or maybe there's just something they want to do to help them. Maybe they'll go speak
Right.
and do their own engagements in different places.
Right.
And that's a great way to just get the word out. And it's not just sex trafficking, it's other nonprofits.
Oh.
They're doing beautiful things
Right.
to expand the kingdom, to help, God's
And there's your
work be
ebook.
done.
Terri has an
there's my
ebook.
ebook, yes.
Yeah.
If you go to my website, terririvera.com, and you just put in your email, you will get the free ebook, and it's about heartstrings, healing, hope, and just passion within you and how to volunteer. And I would love it for you to do that. And my website is really basically just a landing page.
I
that
love
gives you some more
that.
information.
That is very cool.
I love
about
that.
what
I
we're
love
doing.
It's like I don't know about y'all, but I love going to the beach because I love the ocean, and I know you do because
Oh,
you got a
yes,
place
that's
out there.
Terry's
Place
thing
there.
now.
It's like when you are standing on the beach and you're looking at the ocean and you just see you can just see forever. I don't understand how anybody could doubt that there's a God or there's
Right.
a supreme being. And then you look at the sand. I always think about this. Every snowflake that has fallen on the earth is different. There's not one snowflake that has ever fallen that is the same, even though they look similar. Same thing with granules of sand,
Right.
and
And
same
shells,
thing.
seashells.
Same thing about people.
Yes.
Nobody has. I say nobody has your same heart print, your same fingerprint, your same soul print. We're similar in a lot of different ways, but we're special, and we can't give up on people. We have to.
Right.
We just have to keep giving. And you said something, Terri, just a few minutes ago that I think is really important, and that is, the object of our life is development. The responsibility of our life is to be financially abundant so we can be better servants. I mean,
Right.
that's the thing is we can help more people the more abundant financially we are. And it's not like you make more money so you can buy more things. You make more money so you can help
Grow
more
your-
people.
yeah. Grow your passion.
Exactly. I love that. Grow your passion.
And I'm
That's
working
exactly
into
right.
helping nonprofits with connecting them and strategizing with them. That helps them grow their business,
Yes.
grow the outreach that they're doing, and brings them closer together and helps them to work as a team. 2 of the groups I've been working with are now teaming up, and I'm so excited because that's one thing I
Hey,
noticed.
'cause that's you.
Is that they need that, and that is my heart, is bring everybody together. Like Michael Jackson, what was that? What was that song he sang about the world should be as one or whatever,
Right.
bringing people together.
Man, that's a great show in
Culture,
Vegas.
yeah.
One,
Yeah,
that
that
is
is
a
good. That's
great
beautiful.
show in Vegas. I mean,
Very
Yeah, I
powerful.
know. You're just like, it's amazing.
It makes you miss all the things he did so many things that you don't hear
Right,
about it as
right.
much,
Yeah.
you know?
And one other thing, just to tell you real quick, there is one other group I'm working with, Bochi's Place, and that's actually a home, a shelter for women, but it's like the last tier before they really go out and get jobs. So as you see me talking about different levels and different nonprofits, they're all doing something different that's affecting beautiful change at the levels that we all need. I mean, they all need help at every single level and
Because
every
it takes
walk.
time to get them back where they
It
can
does.
go back out
It's a
there.
lifetime. It's like
It's
you could
a
be
lifetime.
a mentor for one of these ladies or boys or whatever for life if you wanted to.
We
because
need to
they
be a
need it.
mentor. We need to be a
Yes.
mentor.
I can hook you up on that.
Wow. You know,
Yeah. So talk to me
If
about it.
anyone wants to connect with Terri, let us know, and we will connect you with Terri if you're not already
just
connected with her.
comment in the comment
Yes.
box and share this. Please, please, please
Share the
this.
show, let people know, and maybe you should put some of these things in the comments, Terri, too, just to
Sure.
remind
I can
people.
do that. Yes.
Terri can do that. And then this is her next event coming up in January
I'm
31st.
there. I'm going
last
to
day
be
of
in
the
town.
on
I'm there.
Thursday.
And I'm bringing in 3 nonprofits.
I'm coming.
I'm coming. I will be there for
Yes.
sure.
And it's kind of like 100 men and women with $100. You come and listen to the 3 nonprofits talk about their mission, their ministry, and what the donation will do for them specifically. So you really know you're making a difference. And then you get to vote and pick the one, not vote, you get to pick which one you want to give it to. I'm not doing the voting. Some groups do it that way, but that way all of them get
You pick
something.
who you want.
And yes, and it's a beautiful way. I just did the first 3 I did, or the first event I did was all 3 were sex trafficking groups. This one, it's going to be one sex trafficking, a cancer group, nonprofit, and then a, what's the other one?
I don't know. But I don't know, but I'm going to be
I'll
there.
think of it.
It'll be
I'm
good.
going to be
But
there.
they're all
I'm going to be
excellent.
there. I'm going to be in town,
Yes.
and I'm coming.
And I'm
The la-
vetting them to make sure they're great and right in the right path. And then I want you guys to give us nominations so we can
Okay,
bring more
wonderful.
good
That's an
nonprofits in.
that's an
Okay.
awesome idea.
Yes.
That's an awesome
Because I
idea. We've
love
got a
your input.
ton. We have a ton that we can help get connected.
Right.
But I really, I think, and you probably have for 2019 your events all the way planned, all the dates. But
It's every quarter, but I might end
but
up
I
bumping
would,
it up.
But I would
Even
love
more.
it. I would
And
love
then-
it.
But if you're speaking somewhere every month too, somewhere different, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
You
That's
need
what
to
I'm
put
building up to
in
that.
the
Yep.
comment box where all of, I mean, with the dates, so people
Okay.
can save the dates for 2019 for your events. Because this is what I know: we are the sum of the 5 people that we associate with the most. And if you want to associate with some really amazing, giving people that have hearts bigger than Texas, these are the types of events that you want to attend. I mean,
Right.
really. I mean, you're going to meet quality people, and we all know that we people do business with who they know, like, and trust.
Right.
So, I mean, what a great networking event this is as well. It's not just about giving; it's about connecting with the right people,
Right.
finding your life team, your tribe, and if you're a giver, this
Yes.
is a place where you can find your tribe.
And corporate sponsorships and cause marketing are big in the business arena right now for nonprofits. So just keep your eyes tuned for that. If you hear of anything that's people are talking about in that arena, get involved.
Yes,
Ask
get
questions.
involved,
Find out
get
what
involved.
they're doing and how they're doing it. Because, like I said, my heart says the more we give, the more returns to us in beautiful ways.
That's
and
exactly
it's not about
right.
We
And
don't
then
do it
that
for
way
that
it's a
reason. but-
constant flow.
Yeah,
That's exactly right.
and
Now,
it just cycles to the next person.
see, I
and the
told
next
you we
right.
could talk for 2 hours
This
about
is
this.
good. This is a long one.
I know, sorry.
No,
Good.
It's
good.
awesome.
I told you it wouldn't be a problem.
I know.
It's true. You guys are great.
There's a lot of information here and so much more to give. So we got to go to that event in January for sure.
I know.
Yes,
I love
can't wait
it.
to
I'm
see
looking
you guys
forward to
there.
it.
Just go to my website. There'll be more. I mean, the landing page, terririvera.com, and the information is there. And it's an Eventbrite link right now just to get a ticket. So it's super easy. And just call me if you have more questions.
Awesome. Thank you
I
so
love
much,
it. So-
Terri. I love it.
Okay, so Kristi, we're gonna have to
Okay,
to
we're
start.
going to wrap it up quick.
But we got to talk about the VIP club.
yeah, okay,
I'm probably more excited about this So Very Kristi VIP club than she is.
No, I really am excited. And we need your help because, I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that go to a salon and you get hair extensions, blowouts, and I mean not just the
Makeup
blow dry,
done.
your makeup done, straightening, color on a regular basis. And if you are that person, then you are a VIP client in my book. So I want to know, what do you think great perk that you feel like would be a great perk that would make you feel like, hey, I'm a VIP client over here?
Hey,
Champagne.
Terry said champagne. Champagne would make her feel like a
told her that a long
VIP.
time ago.
Check that box. So I knew. I knew it.
But this is what I think is so awesome.
your
Is
hair done.
okay. Everybody likes to be a VIP. Well, I don't know. I like to be a VIP, and I like to be treated like a VIP.
Well, I mentioned it to Terry. She's like, well, I want to be a, I mean, you just want to,
I know.
right?
So
I mean,
it's like
with you,
these. This is
Kristi.
okay.
Yeah.
Here's what I think. I don't know about Kristi, but this is what I think. Number one, what are some of those perks that if you received from the person that you were getting your hair and makeup done? I mean, I think a really fun perk is if you're a VIP client that, at least on your birthday month, you get a free makeup application.
something like that.
I
yeah.
mean, Kristi
mean,
does
it's
my
great.
makeup every Monday and does my hair every Monday, and I love it. It's so much fun. I look forward to it. Now I'm really spoiled. But, just like what Terry was saying is when she goes in, she wants to have some champagne there for her.
She's the best hairstylist
Yes.
there.
She wants, so there's got to be some other really cool, fun things that if you want to be treated like a VIP, what would those things be? And the other thing I think is we're sitting there thinking it would be fun to call it the So Very Kristi VIP Club.
Yeah.
But maybe y'all are more creative than we are.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Robin.
So, Robin.
Robin Hebert.
So what would be a cool, fun name that you would just say, oh my gosh, that's awesome. I'd want to be a part of that VIP club, because we want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
Yes, and I'm going to do some special things, and I'm going to launch this January 1st. And so we wanted to get some ideas from you folks out there who are experienced in getting the hair done on a regular basis. And I know there's a lot of you, in fact, probably most of you that do that and get your hair done several times, or you're there for 3 hours, or I don't know. But just put some comments in underneath the show here and let me know what you would like, because I can't wait to create this program.
I know. I think it would be a blast.
And launch it in January. So it's going to be
exactly.
fun. We're going to have some special events coming up, and so I'm going to have to send an email out to all my VIP clients and letting them know what's going on. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun.
All right. So
Sounds good.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you, Terry, for being here and sharing your
You're welcome.
wisdom, your
We
knowledge,
love you,
and your
Terry.
heart.
We love you.
And most of all, your heart. And these ladies have the biggest hearts, I swear. And I love having them by my
So do
side
you.
in life.
Yeah.
And that's what makes the world go round. And thank you so much for tuning in to So Very Kristi. We will be back next Monday at 2:00.